For centuries, the wealth of the world, its gold, oil, and minerals, has been controlled not by those who produce it, but by those who priced it. The United States and its Western allies built an economic system that turned their currencies into global standards, even when they held fewer resources. Now, for the first time in modern history, that system is beginning to crack. After World War II, the Bretton Woods Agreement crowned the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. From that moment, every barrel of oil, every ounce of gold, every ton of copper, all were priced and traded in dollars. This gave Washington and its allies immense power. They could print money to buy real wealth. They could sanction nations into submission. And they could export inflation to the developing world. The result? A global imbalance. African nations rich in gold saw their currencies crumble. Middle Eastern countries with vast oil reserves watched as their money was worth less than that of nations with no such resources. The West controlled the pricing, the markets, and the financial architecture, while developing economies remained dependent, indebted, and under pressure. But a geopolitical shock has begun to unravel this system. The war in Ukraine and the sweeping sanctions that followed exposed just how vulnerable nations were to the dollar's dominance. In response, countries like Russia, China, Iran, and others started building alternatives, trading in local currencies, buying record amounts of gold, and forming new payment networks beyond the reach of Washington and Brussels. This movement, often called de-dollarization, is not merely about abandoning the dollar. It's about reclaiming sovereignty. For resource-rich nations long trapped in a Western-designed system, it means setting their own prices, strengthening their own currencies, and shaping their own economic futures. Precious metals, once tools of Western financial power, are now becoming symbols of independence. A multipolar financial world is emerging, one where no single currency reigns supreme. The dollar will not disappear overnight, but its monopoly is weakening, and with it, the West's ability to dictate global economics. As gold and other commodities break free from centuries of control, the nations that once supplied raw materials may finally control their destiny.
Magi Metals.